Theme song.
2.0.
Airline is official. We cannot guarantee plane is real. It might be 2 planks. And Gabe and I on one of those old-fashioned minecart, pumpy things.
Yeah. A push me, pull you. It's just me flapping, but it's okay. I got big lats, so I can get us where we're going. Look, you didn't pay much, so don't be a baby.
The thing that
this is your captain speaking from Don't Be a Fucking Baby Airlines. Shut the fuck up. Don't be a fucking baby.
There's no Brisbane local. We can only take off from the international, which is a little shit.
Isn't that the same? Aren't they the same airport?
Yeah. I might be able to select the other runways somehow.
What Brisbane local airport are you talking about?
Well, you know what I meant. The domestic.
Oh, right. The domestic time. Well, yeah, but they're kind of they're the same spot. This isn't like in fucking Melbourne where you can go to whatever the fuck that. There's Melbourne and then there's the other one. And I can't remember what the fucking other one is. H.o.t.a.s. It's not Essendon. It's fucking... It's some weird name.
We are not going to fly a 747 because they're boring.
They fly themselves.
Honestly, a lot of it does.
Really?
Yeah. They're very easy to fly.
Something starting with A.
We're going to fly
Melbourne Airport.
A Beechcraft King.
All right.
King Air 350i. These are very fun to fly.
Avalon, that's it. I knew it was something it was some kind of magic. 'Cause I think Avalon's where fucking King Arthur was supposed to, I don't know, go to or finish. I gotta remember my fucking... It's weird, because for a British fucking legend that was mostly written in French originally. And technically by French, I suppose, although really it's sort of the Normans.
Shit.
It is funny, because they were a great and powerful people, the Normans, but now it's just I hear Norman and I just...
Norman the Mormon.
Well, I think of a fucking really, kind of a bowling accountant. It's like Gary. The Gar in Gary is fucking Viking for spear. So Gary was once upon a time spear face. And now I hear Gary and I think, a bisexual real estate agent. Or a real estate agent that's okay with, into being pegged. I don't picture spear face. And this is funny how names change like that.
This is 200% caramel.
Aaron got some kind of Mars bar that's mostly caramel.
Mars bar 200% caramel.
The Mars bar is different. So in Australia, the Mars bar is the Milky Way. So we have a Milky Way and it's
a large one, yeah.
Yeah, whereas here...
It's a man's size.
Yeah, whereas here, the Mars bar is what Americans would call a Milky Way.
It's a manly way.
Yeah.
So the caramel, they've compounded a lot of fucking caramel.
Yeah, no.
It is...
It will expand and the 200% will expand in your stomach and clog your colon and allow you to hibernate for an extended period. Not unlike the mighty bear.
This game's quite fucking amazing. The tech behind it is really cool. A lot of AI learning and stuff produces the maps. And it uses live time, weather, air traffic, everything. And it's nutty.
Because this is the first, these things are an institution, aren't they? Because it's I don't pay attention to this shit.
Yeah, no. These are I'm normal. This is a simulator.
Yeah.
So if
you've got the h.o.t.a.s out.
I do. I love the word h.o.t.a.s.
The thing is, your h.o.t.a.s is and it's a nuts h.o.t.a.s. It's a full force feedback. There's 2 bits to it. It's manual switches and dials and shit. But that's a fucking pussy titty baby h.o.t.a.s compared to the shit that people get for fucking flight sim.
Nez, one of our mates, when I was streaming this the other day, he went on and added up all the bits you can get, the dials, all the shit.
They sell this shit at
the
UB
yokes
and whatnot, don't they?
They do now,
the yokes, yes. The mighty yoke folk.
It was about $6,500.
Can you not? How much does it cost to do flight lessons? Because I swear
it's expensive, apparently.
I gotta look that up. I have to look up how much, because if I want to learn how to fly one of these fucking things, not a fucking 747. Flight lessons, Brisbane. All right. Because it's got a flight schools. Okay, there we go. All right, the first one, Pathfinder Aviation. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's little fucking twirly planes. All right, that's good. All right, where's the website? How much? How much to get it till I can, fly a tube and, scream, because I'm not really big on heights.
I got a feeling they're not going to give you just a straight up price.
I feel like it's one of those ones as well where it's like, we're not
you ready
gonna
to fly?
tell you. I mean, I'm not. No, I'm not fucking doing this shit. All right, Aaron's gripping the. Oh, fucking. All right, steady on. Okay, Aaron's got doodads.
In the middle here, these yellows basically indicate the plane.
Right.
So if you're rolling, all that sort of stuff, compass, that sort of stuff. To the right, we have our nav computer.
Do we have left? Oh, okay.
Shows out where our flights are.
All right.
Shows all the other stats for the plane, the torque, the prop. I've learnt about the P2.
What's that do?
The P2 tube outside the plane is used in measuring how fast
does it
you're
say
going.
P2? I see park brake. H.o.t.a.s, no H.t.
P2.
Oh, all right. I thought P2 is in P the numeral.
No. All right, so let's put some throttle on.
All right, look. Flight lessons Brisbane cost. That's fucking Brisbane's recreational flying specialists. Introductory flight from $69. Pilot certificate from $5,575. So the point is, it's cheaper than all that gear. Now, granted, you probably have to have time, but still, you know. Okay, look, yeah, because see, a commercial pilot's license, that's 28 grand. Because, you know, I mean, that still feels like a bit much for something that's like, you know. I mean, although, like, because, like, I'm not getting in one of these fucking things. That's for goddamn sure. I'm not getting in your fucking shitty remote control goddamn plane. Because, you know, fuck that. Fuck that. You know, I'm okay on, like, the fucking jets. Because those things, you know, are from the future and are powered by explosions. You know, so I don't feel like I got to worry that much about that. But, like, you know, I could get a job being the dude that sits in the fucking cockpit and pushes 2 buttons. And I'm sure it's harder than that. I'm sure if something happens, the job's probably really hard.
I really want to be a pilot, and I wouldn't be able to because of my back. Which sucks.
I mean, yeah, there's probably medical things that, you know, probably things you're not allowed to do. Like, well, would your back be a med? Like, what is...
I can't sit down for that long.
Oh, well, yeah, no, because it's literally just sitting down.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe in like 30 years, people will be flying planes by submerging themselves into a tank of like bioactive goo.
Fucking, we got some wind today. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, dude, no, like, this is connected to the world. Because, like, the wind outside is like 70 kilometers an hour at the moment. It's batshit. Like, it's...
Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm having to fight the fucking plane. Stay on.
Well, the plane's trying to, like, fight the wind, which is fucking nuts when you think about it. Like, because you see that sometimes, you know, they're coming on almost a fucking right. Oh, careful. All right, we're off the ground and whoa. Careful, fucking Jesus.
We're right.
See, this is why I'm not getting in one of these fucking tubes. Like, fuck that. Look at that. I'd be feeling this is the problem, you know? You're like chucking me into a fucking, you know, barrel and hurling me off a fucking cliff. Because, like, you know, I probably got one major phobia. Like, I didn't like spiders, you know, for a while. Really, I had kind of a phobic reaction. But then, like, you know, having a few girlfriends that were like, you couldn't so much as talk about spiders around. And then you have an option. Either both of you are hysterical, or you solve a problem. And, like, I don't know what it is. It's probably, like, fucking millions of years of evolution or whatever. But, like, that, well, this is your job now thing kicks in. And, you know, you just fucking nut up and you punch a spider.
Spiders suck.
Yeah, and that's not something I'd have done, you know. And I'm not happy punching spiders because, like, you know, by and large, I have a live and let live sort of attitude toward a lot of things. But, like, just don't be in the fucking house, you know. Like, there's still a lot of outside. You know, I haven't, like, fucking built walls around the whole neighborhood, and you're small, so you can fit outside. This is a fairly easy arrangement. You know, it's like how I was a bit bummed that I had to, like, fucking put up a mouse trap and catch a mouse. Because, like, I feel bad, you know, it's there and its head's crushed by this thing. And that gets me thinking about that thing about, you know, building better mice. You know, because how long have we been using that one fucking mouse trap design? And I'm yet to see a better mouse.
This is fucked.
Yeah, this is scary.
Wind conditions, like, okay, this is really a pleasant aircraft to fly when the wind isn't not like this.
Oh yeah, no, like it's the wind's fucking nuts today.
It is.
Like, it's kite weather, baby. Is it gonna be better up? Like, if you go up higher, like...
Yeah, but with planes, you have to climb at a certain rate.
Right.
Otherwise, you'll stall.
Alright, so you can't just fucking go, like...
You can't just go hell bent for leather, no.
All right, look, game, you can't lie to me. This is Brisbane. There are no points of interest. All right, look at the Brisbane River. Because I feel like this is the best way to explain to people. When I say that, like, no matter where you are, you're on the wrong side of the Brisbane River, that's why. Like, fucking look at that fucking mess of a fucking thing. I mean, you know what, fair cop, that is kind of cool. Oh yeah, there's the fucking cricket grounds. I could probably go visit my house.
You can activate drone mode. Also, if you press pause.
Will it be able to see my bum? Are you paused?
Yeah. So the plane's paused in location.
Oh, okay. There's the gateway. Yeah, look at that. Suburbs and suburbs and suburbs. It kind of bugs me that I can't properly see over the fucking thing, you know? Like, do we have like a fucking phone book we can sit on or some shit? You know, like a boosty seat?
No, this is how you fly.
I know, but like, you know, like if there was like a window that stopped right at my eye line, it would drive me batshit.
Like, you can.
Like, I feel like I should, like, I know it doesn't help me in piloting the fucking vehicle. Like, I'm not saying it's like, you know, a realism issue.
It's more the fact that for a lot of flight, you are going to be tilted at an angle where you will not be able to see.
Yeah.
Because you want to be gradually climbing to a height to an altitude of about 22,000.
Master warning.
So the higher you go, the better for fuel because of less oxygen to burn and shit, and you know.
That's fucking wind.
I actually when I was streaming this, I had a dude who was a pilot in there helping me, and he was teaching me about flight and like teaching me how to fly. And he's like, yeah, these things are accurate. If you turn off all the assists and everything, it is fucking 100% accurate. Like when you're in a Boeing 747 and you look up here, there's like 50 fucking switches.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can touch everything.
Yeah.
Everything's touching. And, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, that's the ground there, Aaron.
We good.
I mean, I know we're far away from it still.
I did a loop-de-loop in a Boeing. Was not a good idea. It put a lot of stress on the hull.
Yeah.
I made it. I did it. But as I completed the loop, the plane blew up.
I think you and I have different definitions of made it.
I completed the loop.
There were no survivors. I mean, look, not for nothing, but I would like to see fucking some cunt pull off a loop in one of those. I mean, apparently it's not feasible, but, you know, look, fucking maybe we could build a more durable one.
Want to see what, sorry?
Some cunt pull off a loop in a fucking...
Right.
Or, like, get the Concorde out of dust balls, you know? Does this have, like, fucking Concords in it?
What's a Concorde?
A Concorde was this fucking not so goddamn... So in the 80s, a Concorde was like the fucking future. Because it was this mad-looking bird jet that was enormous and flew faster than the speed of sound.
Right.
And it would like get you from here to London, you know, in quicker than a full fucking day on a plane, which is apparently a fucking nightmare to do. Because I did here to fucking LA to, you know, go to h.o.t.a.s wedding. And that was kind of rough. I mean, I was in like coach or whatever, and I'm just a notch too big for that fucking department. And the guy to my right was asleep, and that was fine, but like his mouth was open. And it's not that he was snoring or anything, but it's just like I could smell his throat. And it's just weird, you know? Like I can smell fucking throat. I couldn't sleep. Like I figured next time I just gotta bite the bullet and bring something that'll fucking zonk me the fuck out, because, you know, it's just, for me sitting, I don't fit in one of those chairs, like at all. Like I just don't.
So I'm breaking laws right now.
Right.
I'm flying too fast.
Okay. What is that? Why is that illegal? Like, I understand not flying into certain cunts' ways. Okay, but what does that do?
Heights.
What for? Like, I don't know.
I honestly could not give you the
because I can understand, hey,
reason.
you're in the fucking way, but I don't know what flying really fast in the sky is supposed to do exactly. Like, because I understand boats, because like,
I believe something to do with disrupting the wind flow. / noise.
I suppose, yeah, it's probably a noise thing. Because I suppose if you're low, you're probably
like,
making
these things
a fucking
are fucking
racket.
loud.
Yeah.
Especially
what planes?
So effectively, so if we look at this computer here,
all right,
that's our destination. So Melbourne Airport. sort of the direction.
Does this thing even have the fucking fuel to get to fucking
The
Melbourne?
distance? Yeah, 100%.
Goddamned.
Our ground speed, so we're going to 180k right now. Which translates to 155 nautical miles. These nautical miles in the air.
All right.
I kind of wanted to fly along the coastline. So we get
There are specific fucking flight sims for Concords, but like, I think like there's talk of it being added to the fucking this one. Because like I get not being able to fly a 747 because yeah, that's like $28,000 and you know, I mean it's weird. Like it'd like doing a 3-year engineering degree just for fun. No, it's like, no, people do that for like a job that they grow to passionately hate. Or, you know, realize that it was all vocational training anyway and that they did a degree for nothing. That's always a fun one.
So the pilot,
But like, I reckon, you know, treat yourself. You could go do twirly fucking plane flight sim. Like, you could do this. You know, go up every...
Well, like
I got a bow and arrow. I'm not going to the Olympics. I just shoot it under my house and I feel good. Like, you could probably do that.
you know the lizard part of the brain that kicks in when you find that thing you just want to engage with?
Yeah.
And I had that with this. It's really bad.
It's weird.
And I feel natural. I feel natural flying a plane, you know? I feel natural here. And my brain's going through, how can I make my girlfriend accept like a $10,000 cockpit build? And it's like, there's no sensible way I can...
No, like, I am not on your side. Like, there's like...
I don't know, we could play some pretty sweet Star Wars.
If you know, if the patron was at like fucking 10 grand a month, I'd be like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's build a
I'm not
cockpit.
talking about now. I'm talking about like in the future. Like if I had the money, you know.
Like slowly but surely. Well, you know, you just get $10,000 in one lump sum, madness. $10,000 over 6 months, you know.
No,
you spread it out, like, because how much do you think you spend on like fucking?
The problem is that I'm locked into flight sim. I'm gonna be stuck here. Because I do, you know, because this is real time. I want to go to Japan, you know, that's a fucking, 6-hour flight? That'll be, I'm sitting there for 6 hours,
actually, because Japan's like, you know, like Tokyo's basically in the same fucking time zone as Brisbane. I think it's like an hour in front or behind or some shit. It's like an hour off. And it's like, kind of weirdly not that far away, you know, compared to like other places. You know, like I'm pretty sure it's quicker to get to Japan than it is to get to like fucking Western Australia. Western Australia may as well be the fucking moon.
Also, autopilot's a thing. Fantastic thing.
I mean, like, how much until computers do it all? Because I feel like there's a lot, because I feel like there is a lot that the computers can do, but also it's like,
100%.
all right, here comes the wind and all the weird analog shit that like, you just can't rely on an algorithm.
You always need that person to manually assist that PC. That's what a pilot is doing a lot of these days, especially commercial airline flights. Like the pilot I was talking to, he piloted Learjets and also did like military contracts and shit.
Right.
And I'm like, that's fucking rad. Like, but he's like, I've done an airline flight. He's like, it's just, the plane does everything. Like, obviously he's like, the most exciting things are landing and taking off.
Yeah.
Because that's when the most,
that's
pilot
like,
has the most of it.
Fucking landing, like that's the thing, is like getting that fucking thing onto the ground is always nuts to me. Like, cause I'll sit there and I'm gonna just be like, man, like this guy's steering at the ground at like 400 kilometers an hour or some shit. Like, cause those are going quick. What is like, did you land the cunt? Like what speed are you going when you fucking...
I flew from the top of Japan to the bottom of Japan.
All right.
And landed at the airport there.
Yeah, but like what speed are you going when you're coming into the fucking... You know, because you're not toddling along at a cruisy 60 kilometers an hour. Like I'm assuming you got to be going over 100. Like there's no way you're fucking...
No, yeah, you are. You've got to... The hardest thing about landing, from what I understand anyway, is knowing when to start descent, because descent gives you speed. And you obviously want to come down at a pace where you're not gaining speed because you want to land. It's fucking terrifying. It's terrifying. And I'm only in a simulator. I was shitting myself and I landed and I was like, fuck yeah, fuck yeah. everyone's like, yeah, well done. And I'm like, they're like, that's fucking hard. And I'm like, really? I'm like, I'm scared. They're like, you should do it in real life. And I'm like, bro.
No. Like,
I'll pass.
No. Lordy, no.
Especially not, like, I'd land a big boy with assistance. I feel that would be the easiest. Something like this, light aircraft.
No, I know. That's the thing is, you're not even getting me in one of those fucking tubes. Like, I don't want to do that because it's like, you know, the fucking big planes only crash when like fucking, you know, Russia brings them down. It's like these things just fall out of the fucking sky. Like, you know, every week on the news, there's like, oh yeah, some fucking twin engine goddamn model aircraft is like fucking hit a tree in the outback and everyone fucking exploded. And it's like, I don't want to go anywhere that's only accessible via a fucking twin engine butt plug, you know?
I don't know how I did that. Go back over.
It's not a thing.
Shit. Oh. Yeah, you also have to like answer comms and shit and
That's
talk
hilarious.
to towers and stuff, and I always ignore them, and then they get angry at me and try to find me.
What are you supposed to say? You say
You
shit?
request,
Do they have a voice rec?
yeah. So you just respond, and it goes, you know, requesting frequency change, requesting airspace, 6 Charlie, etc., etc.
All right.
So we are now.
Like, yeah, I want to see, like...
So we're off the east coast of Australia currently, heading south to Melbourne.
Is this shit in real time? Because that's like a couple of hours, like, a flight.
We're not going to probably go the whole way.
Oh, okay.
I
thought the point is we're going to maybe land.
Apparently there's a way you can
Flaps.
speed up time.
Flaps and trim.
Yeah, you've got to trim your flaps. It's very important. So trim is what you use basically once you're in the air. You get level with your yoke, and the trim is used to basically pitch the nose up or down,
Right.
and control basically your descent or ascent. So I'm pretty much going way too high right now, so I need to go down a little.
That's like fucking crop dust some cunts or some shit. Like what's the spectrum of planes here? Like, is there an old biplane?
You can get,
You know, do we have... Because if we've got the fucking big boys, you know... I mean, I'm not saying we have to have some kind of solar-powered glider, but... I mean, is this the dinkiest little aircraft we can be in?
oh, this is not a dinky aircraft by any means.
Okay.
This is quite a luxury craft. As far as I know anyway, it's like, to me, compared to like the rest of the ones I've flown.
I mean, like, yeah, the interior might be lovely and whatnot, but I just can't take anything seriously that, like, goes through the air using, you know, 2 pedestal fans, basically.
Oh, this thing's powerful.
I know there's a reality behind it. I'm not talking about that. It's a matter of that's what that looks like to me. It's like if I just slapped 2 pedestal fans on my biceps and was like, I'm out of here, suckers, and then just took off.
I mean, I'd like to see that.
I mean, if you got like one of those big fucking, you know, parachutes, like paragliding things, you stick a fan on the back, you know. Like, there are people that do that. That was what that fucking bit in The Simpsons was based on. There's cunts that just do that.
All right, so...
And that's kind of okay, because you're already in the parachute. Like, that's, you know...
So you see that there?
Yeah, there's Aaron's pointing to the far right little bar. That's,
So with that negative number on the very bottom right,
okay.
that is the speed that we are losing altitude.
Okay.
So obviously if I pitch higher,
Right.
you know, so you want to,
we
when you're
lose-
landing, you want a sort of descent speed of about 1500 is a nice number to come down.
Okay.
Depending where you're coming from.
1,500 what? 1,500 kilometers an hour sounds wrong.
No, not kilometers. It's altitude.
Meters per second. Yeah, but I don't know what altitude's measured in.
That's a height measurement, not a.
Yeah, but like they still measure height. Like they don't measure height in liters. You know, I gotta look this shit up. I gotta know what fucking height altitude's measured in because it can't be height. No, like-
Inches, I think.
I don't think it. I don't know. I'd be surprised if it's in fucking imperial. Altitude unit meter. All right, yeah, so it's meters. So yeah, you'll be like 150 kilometers an hour is basically what you belt at the ground at, and that's all right. Cool.
Let's go see some green. So yeah, down there you can see some nice mountains. There's some.
We call that the shithole mountains because they're just a bit of a shithole.
I don't know if they've patched out the monolith yet. Have you seen the monolith?
No. I haven't paid any attention to this whatsoever.
So there's a monolith in Melbourne.
It's interesting. Like, is it supposed to be something?
We'll just go there.
Oh yeah, I want to witness. Yeah, because like
I want to show you.
I
hope
want you
it's
to
still
do,
there.
illegal. Like I can watch anybody fucking do this. I want you to fly between the buildings in Brisbane. That's like fucking.
The game doesn't really let you do that.
Shit.
Because you can't, because the ship, like, aircraft aren't meant for maneuvers like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not like saying like full like trench run shit. I just want to get closer so I can see what Brisbane looks like.
Yeah, I'll get close as I can.
Yeah, that's all I'm asking.
I thought, do you want to see the monument or not?
Yeah, well, yeah, like show me interesting things. You just like fucking miles above the goddamn, East Coast of Australia. East Coast of Australia.
The idea is I wanted to have a nice flight while we bantered and talked.
Yeah, but like banter needs to be predicated. Like, there's only so much we can talk about fucking tubes. Like,
It doesn't have to be talk about the aeroplane. Talk about anything, really. All right, Melbourne. Archer. All right.
Yeah, but then you mentioned a monolith, and it's like,
So you want me to fly a biplane?
well, what's the most rickety fucking piece of shit? Like, what's a piece of shit? Turboprops. I demand turboprops.
I think turboprops are better than these.
No, I'm assuming they were, but I just like I didn't know the word turboprops was a thing. That was my first.
I mean, that's
What's
pretty
that?
fucked.
That looks like it's either from the future or from 1980s Russia. What is that? Is that a glider? I can't even see a fucking. Is that a propeller on the front? I don't even know what that is. Go fly the thing we don't understand.
I mean, there might be something worse. I mean, I want to be tailspin.
That is, yeah. Okay, no way.
So that's what I was in. I was in a turboprop.
Textron
And then
aviation.
you've got the Airbus, the A320s, and then the 747s.
Yeah, actual fucking things.
And then you've got
That's the
Cessna.
rich person hand job fucking jet. That's
let's
that's
fly
fairly
this
standard.
weird fucking.
Right one more.
Ugh.
Yeah, like, because I can't quite. Yeah, what is that? Is that? It's got jets. I don't even know what the fuck it's doing. It's got those little flaps on the front, but I don't even. Wait. What does it say? Its call sign's mutt. Let's call it mutt.
That is more. Don't you spell it the same way?
No, I've always spelled it M-U-T.
I thought it was double
M-U-T-T
T's.
is phonetically as similar as put. So I wanted it to rhyme with put, as in P-U-T.
I thought it was spelled with two T's.
Ah.
You sure?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, I don't think it has an official spelling. It's an indigenous word that I have struggled to find a specific tribal origin of, which I'd like, because I'd like to know who to thank for that particular thing. Because that's an accomplishment. Like, good swears are not easy to fucking come up with.
I just love fucking just Googling it. Yeah, you're right. It's one T.
Well, again, it has to rhyme with
Australian
fucking...
slang for a vagina. Oi, show us your munt is the
I mean, yeah.
example.
Well, but I mean, again, it's not Australian slang. It's indigenous. And that's...
Yeah.
I just don't know fucking... Because there's like
Well, I
200
guess-
fucking indigenouses... and like, I don't know fucking who, like, mut etymology. Like, I fucking, mut 21. I don't know what that is.
Etymology.
Yeah.
I don't know how this thing takes off.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know if it's going to have proper
All right,
instruments.
not the fucking Egyptian goddess. Like, I know fucking, like...
A lot of flight for me in a new aircraft is just looking at the instruments and going, what the fuck is that? That's different to the last one. I get in a car, I can understand steering wheel, gear sticks. All the same. I just got into a car and it was like, instead of the wheel, there was just a ball. Big track ball.
Big track. I don't understand this.
I hope the monument's still there.
Alright.
Melbourne Tower Mud 420 at runway 24 ready for takeoff departing straight.
Emily says mud. How will we make him say mut?
For takeoff runway 34 departing.
He'll never pronounce it correctly.
M-double-O-H-T?
Cleared for
The H is a good
takeoff
addition
runway
there,
34
yeah.
Mud 420.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, parking brakes. I didn't even know it had a parking brake. Why would it have a parking brake? That's nuts.
Of course it does. Oh.
I'm going to have to, like, because it's hard to even find, like, decent fucking, and it's like, you know, put yourself. Like, that's the thing. No one's just going to go, hey, here's your language resources on the internet for fucking you. Like, you know, if I want to learn, what? Do we know what's making this thing go yet? All right, it does have a prop. All right. Where the fuck is it? Like, because I'm supposed to see it from... See, now, this is what I mean about, like, a good window, though. You know, I feel like I'm actually, like, flying this fucking thing. You know, I can see over the dashboard like I'm not a fucking little kid.
All right, which way is the city?
Just get up there and poke around, you know, you'll be fine.
No, I can't on this thing. This does not have a fast climb, Gabe.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying it's got to be, like, fucking, you know, immediate. I mean, all right, where else?
Is it north from the airport?
I think it's, like, south. Oh, look, there we are. We're in the... Oh, wait, fucking the prop. Oh, holy shit, it's got like a butt prop.
Those too.
Oh, what a weird little fucking thing.
I like when you're outside the plane, because then you've got your cope. You can see yourselves.
Yeah, I was going to say, why are we two Mormons?
I made myself the same person as my co-pilot.
Fair enough.
Essendon. That's the city, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, like, the thing is, Australia has, like, cities in quotes. Like, it calls Toowoomba a city, and Toowoomba's barely. Like, you know, even people from actual places with real populations would call
Attract the
Brisbane a
flaps.
city, you know?
This thing is a flying jet ski.
I know, that is...
What the fuck?
Like, what is this plane for? You know, because I don't even know how much luggage you could put in that
If you
fucking
told me
thing.
this thing was for off Star Fox, I'd believe you.
Yeah. Like, I feel like that's... You know, if the fucking prop went vertical and allowed you to just lower yourself, you could probably fly to school in that. Like, that looks like something...
There it is.
What the fuck? Yeah, no, that's not on the ground in Melbourne. That's new. Like, I mean, I don't know. I was there in 2011, so maybe they built that since.
I mean,
Do they not?
don't you wonder why they went into like full restriction lockdowns? Because they were building that.
Oh, fuck.
This thing is like a car. Fuck off, it lands in water.
Can it land on ground?
Well, yeah, of course, it's got landing gear.
All right, cool.
But it can land on water. Look.
Oh, that's cool.
I wonder if I can land on water. I have to try that. I reckon we could land on the Melbourne River.
Yeah, fucking, you know. Give them a fucking
Oh,
thing.
for fuck's sake. Fine. Acknowledge frequency change. There you go. Happy?
Fucking babies. All right, so I don't know. I heard a lot of it in fucking Brisbane, so, I mean, I'm guessing it's like the fucking Yagara people. So, like, this is the problem, you know? You go to a thing and it's like fucking, there's like a PDF and it's like, oh, all right. No. Like, meet me halfway here, Aborigines. How the fuck am I supposed to learn this shit? What am I gonna do? Ask a white guy? Oh, this is just a list of fucking books. God fucking damn it. There's gotta be fucking something. Educational resources.
Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace. 1420 Melbourne approach. Squawk 6205.
Yeah.
Squawk 6205.
I don't want to say hello, but like, all right. No.
See, this is why I couldn't be a pilot. Because there is so much. I mean, I guess you have to let people know where you are. I guess.
Yeah.
Because it's not like cars. It's not like you go, oh shit, there's a plane coming. Swerve out of the lane. Ew. Doesn't work like that. This thing's actually really pleasant to fly. Oh, for
It looks
fuck's
like
sake.
a nice little egg. Huh?
What I did acknowledge.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace. airspace Mach 420.
Oh, it's nuts. Some of these Aboriginal languages use like inflection as opposed to word order, which always blows my mind when there are languages that fucking do that.
Look at it, Gabe.
All right. It has a shadow. That's the thing that gets me. Like, it's not... That's a bit big. I like that it's just in the suburbs. Like, look at where it's coming out of. Like, it's just popping up out of like, oh yeah. Imagine, you know, you're looking for houses and you're out in the fucking suburbs. It's like, oh, what's in the backyard? Oh, the horrifying black spire we don't know what's for. You know, what does it do? Well, sometimes you can hear singing coming from it. Sometimes it's angelic voices. Sometimes it's more masculine. We don't really know. Why is that there? Like, because it's a building. Look, there's the fucking top of it. Is that, like, that's a glitch.
We think someone... I don't know if anyone's commented on it yet, but I think it's there on purpose. But, yeah, you can't. That aircraft does not like stress. That's too tight a turn.
I feel like it should have... I mean, I know why they don't, because people would just be 9/11ing, but, like, I feel... You know...
They're giving you zero room to go out of the simulator.
Yeah.
Which is... You kind of need that, because otherwise... You'd see this game on Twitch as memed. Because, like, honestly, every time I streamed it, I have at least 5 people every stream come in and go, crash into a building, and then go away.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off. Oh, let's go back to Brisbane. And we'll see if the bridge glitches out for me.
Let's go back to Brisbane. Melbourne didn't pan out. That may as well be the Brisbane national anthem. Going to Melbourne. Why? It's like Brisbane, but better. It's like, yeah, but that's not going to fucking fix your problems.
Also, I just want to let you know I have not completed my flight training.
That does not surprise me in the slightest.
I did half of it. It's just when you're streaming this, if you're sitting there in flight lessons, it's very boring. And there's a lot of information that's told to you. But honestly, I'm keen to learn. I'm going to be a flight
He's going to be a flight sim guy.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is, you say that, but you are not going to be a flight sim artist.
I know.
They are fucking
6 months from now, if I have like a pilot's license, I will eat those words.
I mean, very honestly, I'd be very impressed.
I'll just fucking learn from John Travolta. He'll teach me.
It is interesting that he does that. So that's what I mean, like, you know.
He might be like me. He might just feel natural and cathartic. Just boom. There it is.
You could do that instead of, like, Scientology. It would be a lot healthier.
They probably just have Scientology things on the plane. It's a flying Scientologist.
Yeah.
Flies past
just
throwing
one big E-meter.
whatever the version of synagogues they have out
And the
here.
E-meter says, you're depressed. Don't see a psychiatrist. Go to Scientology.
Is it me? Or do synagogues sound delicious?
That's you. That's weird.
Synagogue. Sounds like cinnamon.
I mean, I suppose it does sound like Cinnabon, yeah. But the gog does not sound... Gog is not a tasty word. It's his very back of the throat. It sounds like someone spitting in your mouth. It sounds like gob.
I like that
It's just
sock.
not.
I'm glad the wind's died down.
That's a flaccid sock.
That wind was fucked.
It has been
I understand
fucking...
plane delays now.
Yeah. Like, hey, we're not taking off. Why? Because, like, you can't go straight outside. Come on and lift off with Scrotus and EC. Are you still in the butt fucking propeller?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I like that little thing because that's, you know, this feels like something that you could buy and have, you know, like my pedal blimp will be very susceptible to the breeze. So it's not like I'd be taking it out in weather like this. You know, in good weather, like, because I'd be a bit lower than this even, you know. I'd be about like 2 stories up. Just out of thrown thong range. There is this fantastic photo of someone flying like a drone over some fucking suburban backyard. Like, it's this perfect Gods Must Be Crazy style photo of like just this Brisbane outer suburban couple chucking a fucking Corona bottle and like a thong at like the fucking drone.
1420, you are leaving my airspace frequency.
What are you doing?
He just approved my frequency change.
Okay.
I bet he's going to ask me for more. Don't ask me for more, mate. Had enough.
Look, I've had a hard day. I just want to land my thing in the Brisbane River, all right? I mean, if you've got water landings available to you, do they tell you where you can water land?
I don't know. I didn't know there was
Like, because you can fly all over the world, can't you?
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, I'm assuming you're not allowed to just put fucking, dump of 747 into the ocean. But, I mean, if you've got something that has boat capability, what are the rules on fucking boat?
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about.
Why would say again even be an option? Like, what possible fucking function could that have? I mean,
wait, Redcliffe has an airfield? Oh, fuck.
I mean, like, in the loosest fucking sense.
Look, I'm just going to ignore you. I don't give a shit.
I mean, I feel like,
I'm not landing. Down to Brezzy.
Going to Bris Vegas. Because we need to put the suffix from a more interesting city onto it to make it sound interesting.
I reckon I could fly one of these things.
I mean, I think, well, isn't this, have you got, the helpy mode on or whatever the fuck?
Most of it's off.
What have you got on?
I don't know, to be honest.
Kind of curious. Which helpy boy fucking settings?
I got on medium. I got the assisted yoke off because fuck that. That's where it will pull your yoke for you.
Okay.
That's not fun.
Turn it all off. Raw dog it.
I mean, I really don't want to for the fuel mixtures because I don't know how to mix fuel. And it will just go nowhere.
You sure?
Yeah. You've got to mix fuel.
That's fucking insane.
So there's different fuel mixes for different... otherwise you burn through all your fuel or not have enough to power the engines and shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying you have to have it all off all the time, but I'm saying we should just turn it all off now. We should see,
This is all that's going to happen. The plane's going to fall out of the sky. It's just
really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know how it works.
No, I know, but I mean, like, do we even need to mix fuel in the flying egg? Like, isn't that like... It might be a fucking 747 only thing, Does our little egg boy have fuel mixing? Because this looks like it doesn't have a lot. Like...
Actually doesn't.
I mean, it looks like a fucking Tesla. But, like, for the sky. Like, there's just a dial labeled flaps up. There's some fucking foot pedals. Like, if it weren't for the fact that I have a terrible fear of heights...
It looks like a flying car.
Yeah. No, that's my point.
Really
there's
fucking
the fucking,
does.
like, there's the glove compartment for, like, your gloves. Which I'm assuming people who fly still wear. Like, that's fucking, it's fine. I don't think you need to mix fuel. Just fucking chuck some two-stroke in there. You'll be all right. Fucking make things harder than they are.
You're flooding it, mate.
It fucking handles like your little fucking, hatchback already. Like, look, just try it. Just try it. Just see what happens. If it goes, hey, your fuel's not, because it'll warn you if your fuel's not mixing, won't it?
I assume.
Yeah, well then let's just see what happens. Let's test it. We're not flying your fancy fucking, rich person hand job plane. We're flying the egg. I believe you have the capability to fucking pilot the egg. Fly the egg. Fly the egg.
Gyro drift auto calibration. That sounds awful. Oh,
yeah,
God.
I'm not saying this is going to be easy,
Crash damage. Engine stress damage. Oof.
Well, look, you're not being an idiot in this, are you? Like,
No, I'm not.
There you go.
I'm flying
and
sensible.
it's an egg. So, and look, there's fuck all dials in here. I mean, if there's a fuel mixture fucking device, they're doing a good job of hiding it. Maybe you need to get out and like hang on to the fucking, you know.
Flying tips on. Software tips off. Thank fuck. I was wondering where that was.
What? Oh, yeah, you didn't want the software tips.
No. Fucking awful.
Harry Julia. Harry Julia.
There's actually really not anything that really got turned off apart from fuel mixing, to be honest.
All right. Raw dogging it.
Just the flight doesn't really change.
Yeah. No, it's the egg. It's user friendly, man. It's
No,
like,
I mean like overall, like the settings we turned off were really only like fuel mixing. There's a rudder control for taking off. Okay, apparently that doesn't turn that off.
Doesn't turn what off?
Those things that I wanted to stop fucking popping up.
What's a point of interest in Brisbane?
The airport.
Well, at least it's not lying. That's at least.
All right, let's tailspin along the river. See, you and I should start a fucking charter plane thing. It'll be exactly like Archer and Tailspin, but better.
I'll be the person on the ground that doesn't get into the plane.
I'll just drug you like B.A. Baracus.
That's basically what you need to do. Like, I mean, I don't mind getting into fucking... Again, if it's a big fucking jet where, like, the tube just rips through the fucking atmosphere and I don't really have to worry, that's fine. If it's, you know, like this...
You don't want to feel...
No, I don't want to feel like I'm on a roller coaster where I can actually fucking die. You know? Like, that isn't fun.
That's because you got a fear of heights.
Well, it's beyond a fear. It's a legitimate phobia.
Yeah.
All right. So what's that?
There's still the fear.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there's a difference between being afraid of something and a phobia.
I know, but it still drives fear.
No,
Fear.
like, I'm afraid of sharks,
Fear
but I
factor.
don't think one of them's going to be in my bath.
What if one was 200 feet up in the air, coming down on you?
I mean, I could probably walk a couple of meters one way or the other. Like, I mean, with advanced warning, you know. But again, like, the issue isn't so much that it's a shark. The issue is that it's something 200 meters in the air above
Oh, the
me.
bridge is still in the water. Wonder
Didn't
why
they
it's
rebuild
like
it?
that.
Huh? Oh, fuck yeah. Go check that out. You were telling me about that.
Slowly descending.
It's like the go-between fucking bridge or some shit. Yeah, it's the pedestrian bridge from the fucking... How come we don't have a monolith? It's fucking bullshit. Fucking Melbourne gets a monolith. Fucking Melbourne gets everything.
See, there's the main fucking bridge
Oh, yeah,
underwater.
just go straight into the fucking... I mean, as, you know, someone... Yeah, like the water's just really high. Like it's over a bunch of stuff, actually.
And they come... Oh, really?
I did hear a me noise. All right, fuck it. Set it we've learned that you can fly a fucking plane. Set it to Super Nintendo mode and let's have a look at the weird flooding.
Oh, I finally got to find the drone command. Maybe we just hit the drone and fly over there.
Well, yeah, look up drones. How do we get drones?
I think it's just a button I have to press.
Okay, yeah, it's probably D.
Controls. Oh.
Come on, little drone.
Toggle drone.
Toggle drone.
Was
it D?
Make it...
Control
No, it's
D?
currently got no input.
Shit.
Let's do...
Control Alt D.
Turn off that. There you go. Mass 5.
That's 5. All right.
So what happens if I press this? Does it just...
All right. Funny gay eggplane.
Pause.
Cleared for takeoff.
I don't think it's doing anything.
I think what's doing anything.
Oh.
Maybe you have to, like, be in the air. Like, maybe you're not allowed to just fly a drone from the airport. No? You might have to actually get somewhere and then go, deploy drone!
The drone's behind me.
Oh.
But I don't know if
well, I don't know
that's...
what the fuck's going on then.
If that's that drone, or if that's like the plane's drone. Google. Flight. Sim. No, not Dwight Sim.
Finally, what it's like to live as a Dwight. I feel like it would be, in a lot of ways, very sad.
How to use drone. Drone is one of the coolest features in flight shots. It's a screenshot. Drone basically follows your plane. Oh. That's not what I thought it was at all. Oh well.
So it's not a drone?
No.
It's not the fun thing we wanted.
No.
It's the boring, sensible thing.
No, I don't know how to get off the drone. His mouse. That button's just drone. Okay, now I'm off.
There we go.
Cool. All right, less stress. We'll fly. I'll just won't go so high.
Yeah. Just huddle along.
Problem is I've been taught how to fly correctly, so it's like, do the thing.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
that's just, clear your mind.
I'm not
Darren.
used to, doing joyrides around
Yeah.
Brisbane. So I can just imagine that. That's something that happens. I've got my pilot's license. I'm all
bought like
sensible.
the egg.
I'm one of the best fucking pilots ever. And then one of the mates like, oh, let's go do a joyride. No, dude.
Let's fly low enough so I can hang me bum out the plane.
I mean, that would be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not climbing.
No,
We're not climbing
climbing
today.
That's fine. Oh, is my climb angle too low? All right, I'll get on that.
Flaps away. You don't want to fly with your flaps up. I mean, out.
Okay, flaps, that's the landing flaps, is it?
Yeah, so they're the things that sort of allow you to control your descent much easier.
All right.
But from lower. So if you engage them too high,
You'll spaz out.
well, no, you won't spaz out, but they'll get damaged.
Oh, okay. Well, you don't want damaged flaps.
God, no.
Sounds painful.
Because
All right.
landing without flaps is not fun.
As the mighty central business district of the land of Brisbane. Named after the Batman villain, too, actually. Who
Actually, a really lovely day for flying.
didn't take over Brisbane so much as it helped set it up. Built some of the first roads.
I wonder if we can see the Blue Oyster.
What?
I think that's what it's called. Brothel.
Oh, yeah, because they stick the brothels out in the fucking industrial district.
Which is really funny.
People would pitch a fit if they knew they were there, even though it's like, you wouldn't know it was there.
It's funny because you've got out there's music studios, brothel,
Airport.
tires, cars.
Yeah,
Like it's. I love the
I
variety.
mean, they absolutely get some of that, like, fucking, it's probably good for business being out near those fucking places that just deal with tires all day.
Yeah.
Because it's just tradies with money and no social skills.
And they can't
for
go anywhere.
anything. Yeah, no social skills for anything but other tradies, which is the worst social skills. And these are people who open a conversation by farting in their hand and then giving it to you.
Somehow I don't think this game is going to let me land in water.
I mean, probably not. But, like,
I'm going
if-
to try it, that's for sure.
Seeing, oh yeah, there's the horse racing. The horse circles where we fucking hurdle the horses around.
It's such a big part of it. Like, look at it. Look at the size of that fucker.
There's like, I suppose the little horse circle. Where they race the little fucking midgeted
What the fuck
ponies.
is that over there?
I feel like it's another racing thing. There might be a speedway or some shit. I mean, the circle, like the fucking, there's got to be about.
There's more shit underwater.
Oh, cool. Weird. Yeah, the water's like, the river's like flood level high.
I think it uses AI for geometry and everything like that. So there's a few bits that are off.
Well, yeah, like the Melbourne monolith. Because when you said monolith, I just figured it was, for some reason, I just figured it was going to be in the CBD. Like, I just assumed it was going to be in the fucking city. And it just isn't. There's just a suburban backyard. It's got their own fucking, 100-meter tall goddamn monolith. All right, there's the Breakfast Creek fucking... Oh, no, we're still miles away from that. Where is that? I don't know. Oh, no, yeah, that's the fucking... My place. Yeah, because there's the fucking creek I gotta go across. Go right a bit. I want to see if we can see my house.
Do you want to show your location of your house on a fucking...
Well, yeah, I'm not going to point it out directly. Like, yeah, I mean, look at what we're looking at right now. I'd know where my house is, but, like, they wouldn't. What are they going to do? Fucking send a goddamn, pizza to a brothel?
Yes.
Yeah, because there are other bits that are, like, fucking underwater, too.
Yeah.
And that is actually terrifyingly high if it's on the fucking... That's the story bridge there.
Yeah. So, a lot of stuff is done by AI. There's, like, 2 petaflops of data. That's why the game takes so long to load, because it's basically interfacing with those servers and going,
there's
all right.
fucking cars, look at them.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was like moving cars and shit. I mean, normally there's a bunch of fucking malarkey on top of the fucking Brisbane
So
River.
that was the next point I'm getting to. A lot of stuff like that just doesn't exist, whereas there's portions that are handcrafted.
Right.
So certain
Areas people want
airports
to go
and
to.
monuments, like really famous airports and stuff, will be, sculpted and everything like that.
Yeah, there's the expressway just going straight into the fucking water.
It's fucking great, isn't it?
There are cars underwater.
Yeah, they're just driving through it.
There's the Botanical Gardens and the QUT campus.
Oh, I'm going to turn around, circle back towards the city.
Across the water. Because it's supposed to be cliffs that come up quite high out of the fucking...
Yeah.
There's UQ over there to the right. Fucking bit where the bridge is leading to. Demented squiggle of a fucking river. Fucking look at it. Try to go one place and have to cross like fucking 12 goddamn bridges. Fucking Mobius strip. There's the old campus.
You know that we're building 5 more bridges?
Really, 5?
I looked it up, yeah. There's 5 planned.
Where?
Just fucking everywhere.
I mean, I guess, like, because there's some places where it's like, yeah, you could probably put a bridge here. It's just there's a weird cluster of them right in the fucking city.
There's one from Kangaroo Point, I think towards the city, somewhere there.
All right.
They're popping though, like at least a few of them or places that could benefit with them.
Yeah.
But fucking 5? Come on, guys. I need to start going to these council meetings. Hello, yes. Aaron, from KeepetClassy, yes. What's that? Get out? Oh.
I'm here to disrupt your council meeting.
Where's the hospital?
Which fucking direction are we pointing?
North.
Alright. Wait, steady. Alright, that's Roma Street down there. So, we're on our way. Yeah, you can see the Roma Street fucking...
Is it over
station.
there?
Yeah. So, if we follow that fucking bit of the railway, we'll come up to... Alright, so there's the... whatever the fuck that shit's called.
MCG?
No. Fucking
Gabba?
the fucking... Yeah, no, not the Gabba. It's the exhibition.
Suncorp Stadium? Oh, exhibition.
Yeah,
Right,
I'm
right.
pretty sure it's the exhibition. Actually, no, it might be... Where are we?
Where's the hospital? That's the hospital there.
That looks like the hospital, yeah. Yeah. That's
Shit.
That's a hospital.
Shit. I'm putting so much stress on the plane.
Oh, I saw my house. Hey.
Well, I'm glad you saw it.
Yeah.
Good. All right, let's go. Now let's pick a far to end. Let's just pick a someplace in the world. Have a look at the world globe.
Yeah, let's go to somewhere they care about enough to build like actual shit.
All right, let's have a look. Where shall we go? Gabe?
I don't know, man. Fucking
All the
No.
dots are.
airports.
Well,
I mean, I don't know
not
what
really.
Africa looks like to begin with, you know, like,
Well, to go to the
Yeah,
human.
like so you fucking. I mean, my first thought would be somewhere like fucked up and crazy, like, but Forbidden City.
I know, right?
This is very funny. There's this place called the Forbidden City. Huh.
The US is asleep.
All right. Well, let's like fucking buzz them, you know. Let's upset.
Lower Loon Creek. Fucking.
Yeah, let's look at New York. I mean, I've played enough Spider-Man to know my way around that fucker.
We flying? We still flying this thing?
Well, yeah, because I like being able to see out. Like, I'm guessing there's stuff to do when you've got like the fucking thing set to hardcore mode. But like, you know, if I'm not able to sexually harass a stewardess, what the fuck's the 747 gameplay actually manifest?
See, I
as?
really want
You know, do
a
they
fucking
have, like,
expansion for this game.
they have
So
a
let's say
pitchable
you're sitting
bottom
at your
controller?
house
Yeah.
and you can just be my passenger. And, you know, it can be like aircraft simulator. Like, if I fly a 747, we can feel like 100 fuckers in a plane. Imagine you, like, just, it would be a great social experiment. Have 100 people in a plane.
Okay,
A
so
virtual
I've
plane.
got my fucking VR goggles on, and I'm in Aaron's virtual plane,
Yeah.
having, I don't know, a virtual fucking party. But like, I can't really have a party because I'll get yelled at because we're shaking the fucking plane or something. My phone's not allowed to be on, so I can't like check Twitter or whatever. It's like, it's like at its most accurate, it like gets farther and farther away from being actually anything entertaining, except to like the fucking, you know, the people that are on so deep into the spectrum, they're no longer visible.
There's a
They're
stewardess
they're
pack. You
ultraviolet.
can be the
Well,
stewardess
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, is there
or the steward.
like, and I'm not saying I'd do that on an actual flight, but then I wouldn't like fucking get Aaron to fly into a fucking monolith in an actual fucking plane either.
Sure.
You know, the whole point is you have, you know,
The whole
it's
point
like
of
war
flying
games.
is to live.
You know, we have these things in simulations, so we, you know, need not engage in them. And
All
then-
I'm doing, you see, I'm ahead of the curve, motherfucker. I'm training. I'm
Yeah.
learning the aircraft. Because then when Star Wars Squadron hits, boom. Done.
yeah, someone
I'm the
mod
best.
a fucking X-wing into this cunt.
There was, it's actually funny because Red Dead Redemption, someone hacked a UFO in and they were using the UFO to fly around and they found out that Red Dead has volumetric clouds and some of the best apparently just ever. And it's like so wasted because you can't see them. You never see them. You never look at them because they're just clouds.
Yeah, that's
And you get the most benefit flying through them, like seeing them and
the
being around
UFO
them.
that
Like,
you had to hack
yeah,
in there.
exactly. So why
There
did
should have been
so
a
much
mission-
effort go to those clouds when it's like,
where some Native Americans fuse Arthur with eagle powers, and then he can fly and like, I don't know, take vengeance on the whites.
I miss it when games just fucking did that because Vigilante 8 did that. It had a secret character. It was a UFO. And I was like, it made no sense, but it was fucking
Vigilante
cool.
8 did a lot of things.
I can't wait for the Tony Hawk remake, dude. Oh,
That will be fun.
it just looks so good. It
'Cause
looks
it
like
is-
it makes skating look fun again.
Because it is like, even playing them on like the Dreamcast emulated ones and stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, sometimes there's draw distance and stuff, and it's like, wow, God. You play the 64 version, and it's like, you can't show you the other side of like the fucking schoolyard. And it's
Yeah.
like, fuck me, man.
And the music. Don't forget the music.
And don't forget the Joker.
forget the Joker.
Ready for takeoff, straight out departure.
Oh, look at this fucking la-di-da fucking with the goddamn. This whole airport has like an RGB mod. Finally, my chance to defeat the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, where is that?
I don't know. At night, it likes to like crawl around the harbor and shit and,
I wish.
you know, threaten citizens. It wanders off to foreign countries and abducts them. It was tired of waiting for people to give it the huddled masses yearning to breathe free. It was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to grab some of my own.
Oh, oh.
Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Ah, that's Brooklyn. Guys, fucking find out which way New York is from Kennedy Airport.
Well, you're going to like...
Well, what do you want to do? We want to see the statue, don't we?
Well, yeah, that's just the first thing I thought of.
I don't know my way around this place.
Well, believe it or not, my fucking Spider-Man-based understanding of it is a little more local to, like, the Manhattan Island area, you know. I mean, I know that, like, Harlem's up.
That's just a lot of lights. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, that's like, you know, that's what happens when you have an Australia's worth of people in, like, a space the size of, like, fucking Stradbroke.
Yeah. It's nutty when you visit the US for the first time and you fly in over any sort of infrastructure and you just sort of see houses and shit and you're like, it's like, wow. Just wow.
Fucking Japan, man.
Yeah.
Flying away and it's just like fucking, it's just urban to the horizon and you're like, oh, man. Because, like, you know, it's urban here for, like, 5 minutes. And then you're like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, there's some shops and shit in some suburbs. And then if you, it's like only a few directions specifically, but if you go in one of those directions, you're like 5 minutes away from like a weird suburban farm and like kangaroos and cows and shit.
Yeah.
You know? And that shit's just there. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice. I like the fucking leg room, you know? I don't feel, because you just go mad. Like, you see why people fucking just lose their shit. You know, it's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
It's like a jungle out there. Confusing
there was a guy who used to work in like the fucking Fortitude Valley Woolworths.
West.
And I mean, I hope he's still in the country because it seemed nice. But he was like, so, you know, you walk into the Fortitude Valley Woolworths, you buy like your shit. And me and my friend were leaving. And the guy serving us at the fucking till had the most sonorous, thick Southern Carolina accent like ever. And it's fucking nuts when you like, because you forget that people actually talk like that.
Yeah.
We're like, and like my friend goes like, man, I gotta ask, where are you from? And he goes, South Carolina. And we're like, all right. I was like, so what, you know, what are you doing in Brisbane? And he pauses and just goes, avoiding responsibility. And we just laughed. It's like, yep, that's welcome. This is the place to do that. You know, people just forget about Brisbane a lot of the time. You know, you can get away with just fucking existing here and like, you know, you generally won't get hassled. I hope he's still avoiding that responsibility.
I'm sure he is.
See, this is why people go insane and want to go onto like fucking reality television and shit. Because like, it's easy to be meaningless in like 100 people, but when you're meaningless in like 20 million people, that's like a fucking, you know, a fucking micro fucking, you know, scope focusing the sun on you. You know, some people can't just hack that on a psychological level. And then they just, you know, dress up in these weird outfits and go to like fucking America's Next Top whatever the fuck, even though they're incompetent and everything. And they just need attention. Otherwise, like, the weird hollow space in their skull will just collapse in on itself.
Life's hard.
Yeah, like, you know, you gotta lean into it. You can't fear it. You just walk through, you get to the other side. You know, it's like getting your balls into water when it's cold.
I mean, I don't know about you, but my end game is when we get to Nintendo World Japan, I'm not leaving.
I will
live among the rides.
I think that's very feasible. I think it's very feasible for them to not know that there's somebody there. Like, I maintain I could, like, stay overnight, at least in a fucking office works very easily. You know, if I just brought some sandwiches with me.
I would ride the mechanical Yoshi.
I hope it's mechanical. Otherwise, you know it's an old Japanese guy. And the thing is, you know Not only is it an old Japanese guy, but you know someone's going to jump on him.
It's Miyamoto. Gets off on it.
It's like that old thing of the prince that would dress as a peasant and go out and listen to the Miyamoto dresses as the Yoshi and goes out to hear what people have to say about the Yoshi, but then he remembers he only speaks Japanese.
Like that's it over there.
Yeah, if you say so. I'm relying on you. I mean, if it is Miyamoto, I'm jumping on the cunt. Like, that's the problem, though. Like, how do we tell? Like, there should be some kind of fucking secret, Like,
Latveria is not a real place, is it?
No. No, it is not.
Based on a real place, though, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's based on just Eastern Europe.
That's sad.
I mean, I suppose at the moment, the closest analog could be Belarus. Depending on, I don't know. I haven't been keeping up really with how the Baltic states have been going with, like, fucking not getting stuck with dictators.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know Lukashenko's been there a while. Because he's, remarkably clever for a fucking dictator. Because, like, most of them do batshit weird crap, Like, they'll just do insane shit. Like, fucking the one that ran, like, Turkmenistan built a giant bronze statue of his mother with, like, a giant gold baby version of him and shit. Like, yeah. Like, blew half the fucking country's fucking money on, like, statues and stuff.
Excellent.
And Saddam Hussein always stood out. Whereas, like, no one thinks about Belarus, like, ever, except for, like, these past 2 weeks, because, like, it's in the news. And that's because the guy just looks like fucking, looks like the guy from fucking Mother and Son. Like, this Australian actor from, I think it's over to the left there. Do you see the Brooklyn Bridge? You see to the left of that how there's that little patch in the water? I feel, because it's on its own island. Like, it's not just in the city. Like, because the Ghostbusters had to walk it through the water in order to get it to fight fucking Vigo. Really, if they had any sense, they'd have just had the fucking statue reach down and grab the painting and crush it. I mean, that's what I'd have done.
We can't all have your keen level of Vigo crushing intellect.
Yeah, like no one, I know how to destroy art.
Yeah. There's the Empire State Building.
Sweet.
Yeah, I feel like that is Manhattan over there.
Yeah, that fucking bit of where it says Brooklyn Bridge.
I hope it pops up.
Brooklyn is like a bit.
I really hope that pops up.
Yeah, I feel like it's that. That's what.
I'm gonna look at the nub.
The nub. Fuck yeah, the whirly nub.
I feel like you could trust me in this aircraft. Can we actually look at what other controls does it have? Because I understand most of it.
That's the thing, like, there's strobe lights!
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a plain thing, and it's not like you can just make your fucking...
Yeah, it's not like...
Okay, well that's...
I know, that's where my first goes.
That's what strobe lights are.
Yeah.
It may be plain strobe lights, but they should be called something else, because that's just fucking confusing.
Well, they're lights because they strobe. That's why they're called strobe lights.
No. Like, I think that's it, sort of where we're pointed at the moment. Like, I might be wrong. Where was it in Spider-Man? Brooklyn, is that down? Well, yeah, because the Brooklyn Bridge is at the opposite end of Harlem. And I think that's down where the fucking Statue of Liberty is. So,
I understand flaps, I understand trim, I understand landing gear.
Yeah, this looks like something...
the comms.
Like, I don't think you need a $28,000 course to fly this thing.
How much do these things cost?
What's it called? I'll look it up.
It is an Icon A5.
All right. Okay. Let's look up the Icon A5. Let's crowdfund buying Aaron one.
Governor's Island.
Light sport aircraft.
Ooh.
The Icon A5 is an American amphibious light sport aircraft designed and produced by Icon Aircraft.
Not landing in the water though. Fuck that.
Icon A5 price Australia. All right. So if we have a spare $389,000, we could. That's for a fully loaded A5 now, though, Aaron. That's
I feel like you can't skimp out on the price of a plane. New York, New York. Hey, mister. New York is that way. Thanks, kid.
Wonderful town.
Fucking days
The Irish
before.
are white and the Negroes are brown.
Days before you could have maps on your phone. What you gotta do? Look at the Magic Refidex book.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. There's the statue.
All right. Can't see it. Ah, it's a bit dark. Oh well.
Well, it is nighttime.
Fucking yeah. Doesn't it have like a fucking torch or some shit?
Not
Like
in
how-
the
That's
traditional
bullshit.
sense.
Because that should be bright as fuck. You know, that should be like. You ever see those YouTube videos where someone like builds their own fucking like torch that needs water cooling?
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I want one of those.
All right, this is a very dangerous descent speed. Let's
All right.
straighten up a
let's
little.
steady on there, Aaron. Let's not
It's
try
all
to
right,
fucking.
it's all right, as long as I don't stress the aircraft.
Let's motorboat the Statue of Liberty.
I try to actually pause it.
No, because they used
Go
to
to
let you
the-
get up in it. Like, you could get up into the fucking club that she wields. And it's got, like, a railing. Like, you could probably... I mean, depending... If you're wind-assisted, you could probably jack off into a cleavage from there. And, you know, that's something to put on the old bucket list.
Jacked off on the statue.
Well, not a statue. Like,
I said
anyone
on
can...
the...
Yeah. Because, I mean, anyone can jack off onto a statue. Like, there are statues around. Like, you know... That's... You know, no one's... Someone at a party goes, you know that statue in the CBD? Yeah, I jacked off onto it. I'm like, all right, that's fucking terrifying. Like, I want to be out of this conversation. But someone was like, yeah, you know, I fucking nutted into the Statue of Liberty's cleavage. You'd be like, all right, you know, that's an accomplishment. Yeah, you've really pulled something off there. You know, like, I punched a shark is always going to be more interesting than I just slugged a fish, because you could have a tank at home and abused fish.
What if?
You know, that's just mean.
All right, where'd the statue go? There it is. Okay, what if we do drone camera? That didn't work. There has to be a way to control the drone camera, because that's what I don't know right now.
All right.
All right, here we go.
All right. What are we doing? How are we getting it going?
Translate
How are we doing this?
drone. Okay. Set drone pitch roll. Okay, we might.
Yeah, aren't you able to fucking poke about and like? 'Cause I thought that was going
Oh,
to
here we go. Here we go.
Oh. Hi, plane. Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at that all lit up.
How do I go down? Increase.
Decrease setting. Look out. The panel's too bright, Aaron. You madman. Activate the dimmer. Can't see outside. There could be all sorts of things outside. You know? Fucking aliens. Foghorn's leghorn. You can probably fly.
The fuck is a leghorn?
I'm not sure, actually. I gotta look that up. Leghorn. I wonder if leghorn shows up anything that isn't... Oh, it is. It's just a kind of chicken. All right. There we go. Leghorn is a breed of chicken originating from Tuscany in central Italy. Birds were first exported to North America in 1828 from the Tuscan port city of Livorno on the western coast of Italy. There we go. So, like, foghorn leghorn was just basically foghorn, that kind of chicken. So really, like, it's interesting that he had a southern accent and they didn't make him, like, an Italian stereotype, you know? Should have made him Italian. I think it'd be funnier.
That would be fucking hilarious.
Oh, now I'm looking at chicken breeds. The Brahma chicken. It's a buff-looking chicken.
Is it a Brahma bull?
No, but it's a beefy fucking chicken. Australorp. Excellent. Are Leghorn chickens friendly? Nah, man, they abuse that dog constantly, like... Okay, Leghorns are good egg layers, though, even though they can be a bit aggressive at times. I still, like, just punch it. I dispute any situation where someone's got to be afraid of, like, a chicken. You know, like, my mum talks about, like, being a kid and, like, you know, if you're a kid in fucking Queensland in that period, you had fucking chickens because you had to have eggs. And, like, you know, the fucking rooster would come out and fucking attack you. It's like, I understand, like, a fucking 10-year-old being afraid of a fucking rooster. But I'm a fucking adult. And I will just whap that thing. And, like, I don't want to fucking, you know, explode it, so I'm not going to fucking whap it at full strength. But I really, like, you know, anything that's a fucking tenth the size of me should only take a few fucking wallopings before it figures out, oh, this thing is not going to fucking, you know, freak out at my usual routine of just leaping at me.
Gotta try to fly between the buildings.
There's probably rules against that these days.
Oh, there is definitely rules.
They shut down the New York fun flights.
I'm coming. You need to add, like...
San Francisco was nice.
They add, like, brand deals. I'd like to see, like, a Futurama pack.
How friendly is this going to be to mods? Because I feel like a lot of the way that these games have survived over the years has been the, you know, modding people.
To be honest, no idea.
I'm guessing at the moment, probably not very.
Apparently, they've said they're mod supported.
I suppose you got to know who butters your bread in this situation.
But, yeah, I'm not sure, man. That's just what I've heard anyway. I'm gonna have to fucking take another pass around, motherfucker. Actually, I'll just get low as possible. Any building's a building. Or I could try to fly under the bridge.
Yeah. Ooh. Like, Spider-Man does make sense in New York. Although you fucking, again, it's that nuts thing of like, you know, when you're a kid, you don't think about it because you don't really know the size of it. But you play the fucking Spider-Man game and you're like, this is like not even big. And New York has like 5 superheroes that just hang out in New York.
Yeah.
Like, it's nuts that anyone does anything.
Yeah, you fucking wouldn't want to.
Like, at any given point, you're literally like maybe a kilometer away from Luke Cage. And Luke Cage will fuck you up. Like, Spider-Man will pull his punches. If you're like fucking around, Luke Cage is going to slap you.
Yeah, anyone in fucking Hell's Kitchen is not going to go nice to you. Like,
it's like, because there's 3 in Hell's Kitchen alone.
Like, Daredevil's like brutally going to like, he's left most of his victims, and I say the word victims, because most of them don't walk anymore
like,
or stuff like
shit. And like, yeah, some of these cuts, I mean, look, honestly, if you're dumb enough to be doing this shit in a fucking city full of, you know, magic-powered cunts, yeah, like, at a certain point, you know, you're not getting punished for the crime. You're getting punished for a level of stupidity that should be, you know, in any other civilization would have killed you. Like, we need, you know, there's got to be, like, a consequence or two. And if that's, like, getting super whipped by fucking Luke Cage's belt, then...
Excellent.
An important and useful view. Because it's like, you know, because, yeah, Hell's Kitchen's, like, fucking a couple of blocks.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty, like, you know, it's... Just from your place to mine is like twice the size of fucking New York City. The fucking Manhattan Island bit. One superhero covering from like here to like fucking Rockhampton would be enough.
G'day, mates, I'm the Tassie Devil.
Yeah, it would be. I'm nearly 100% sure the Tasmanian Devil is actually. I'm going to look that up. Because I feel like I've seen that somewhere once before.
What, a superhero?
Yeah.
Probably.
Some kind of like, it's a little bit like Wendigo or some shit.
A wombat. Alright, here we go, Gav. Going under the bridge.
Oh wow, look at that.
Oh. I don't know how to fly planes this low.
That's good. You're fine. You're fine. You're doing well. No, you're all right. You're all right.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. All right, yeah, he's in DC. All right.
Yeah, planes handle very differently in low altitude, and that's why you're supposed to deploy the flaps, so you can have more control.
You're supposed to deploy the flaps.
Yeah, Flight Sim. It's on Game Pass. It's just if you do want to check this out, just know the game is huge. It's 150 gig. Like the first download is very small, but then you boot up the game and it goes, "Hey man, I'm going to contact the servers and get 90 gig of data, and then also, you know, the AI shit and everything else." Don't expect you to just download this game and play it. It takes a while to load and unpack and set up. But that being said, it is on Game Pass. If you want to play it with either a controller, keyboard, or mouse, or if you have a throttle, stick, or anything like that,
h.o.t.a.s. What does that stand for again? I always forget.
Hands-on throttle and stick.
Like, I feel like that's just I feel like you could just say throttle and stick. I just feel like hands-on, like, because that's every controller, to my knowledge. Like, is there a fucking hands-off controller?
I don't think so.
I mean, I suppose the Kinect?
I think it's like chaps and arseless chaps, you know.
Yeah, because technically it's arsed pants. Or arsed chaps.
It's quite good with lots of different inputs. It auto recognizes your stuff.
It looks a lot like fucking the good driving games that recognize all. Because I mean, there's only so many fucking controller
If you
things.
go in here and you look at all this shit, you can map. Holy balls. Fuel. Toggle fuel pump, gauge keystroke, trigger horn, set marker sound, toggle marker sound minus, set pause off, set pause on, plus toggle pushback, report and refuel, request fuel, set launch bar, switch display. Like, I'm not even halfway through, and that's just miscellaneous. Then you've got instruments and systems, anti-ice, like electronics, electrics, engine instruments, flight instruments, fuel, hydraulics. Like, this is the real deal. If you turn everything off and, you know, have everything set, it is a sim. This is a proper sim. This is how planes are supposed to be, and it teaches you.
The plane dude's been saying, like, this is what it's like.
It's like a lot of people, a lot of them.
Because when you think about it, what other game? I mean, there's the driving sims. I mean, really, like, you know, what other game? Because aside from these things, you know, you can't really sim much else.
No. Like, it's quite interesting because, like, things like farming sims and all that sort of shit, the peripherals they have are all to do with driving the tractors and things like that.
You don't get, like, an electric fucking wheat to put into, like...
Like, I'm also surprised there has been no VR, really, sims. There's been games...
Well, aren't a lot of them VR compatible, fundamentally? Like,
they do. They have VR compatibilities, but there's never been any from the ground up.
Yeah.
I think this has ground up support being built into it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I mean, I feel like maybe one of the PC driving ones does.
The PC one does. I think it's called Cars AI or something like that.
Yeah,
iRacing, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's it. And
I can't tell you
pay
which
a
one,
subscription
like,
to it. I'm pretty sure that's the one. And it's
because you can buy like replica F1 wheels for that, and these things cost as much as a good computer.
Oh yeah, they're a couple
like
grand's worth. Yeah,
which is
they have
fucking
like
insane.
And you look at them and they're, you know, they feel quality. You feel them. They've got weight to them. They've got
a bajillion buttons.
So many buttons.
It looks like those joke versions of like PS5 or PS4 controllers that you'd see. It's just like, there's 15 thumbsticks.
It looks like one of those wheels you give to a kid, you know, the ones with all the buttons on it and they make noises.
Go away wheel.
Yeah.
Or the I don't like your parents and want them to be annoyed most of the time wheel. I do love that. Like, that's something I started doing like a little while ago for like the family Christmas get-togethers. Be like, oh yeah, that's right, I can turn this into dickery. And it's like, yeah, you find something that makes an unbelievable, terrible noise, and you just give it to like a little kid, and you make eye contact with their parents while you're doing it too. So it's just like, guess what you're gonna be hearing? Don't worry, there's extra batteries.
I still will never get over the rip-off Frozen doll that was on wheels, and it was remote controlled. And every time you made it move, it would fucking start singing Let It Go. So we were sitting, it was Christmas Day, we were sitting at the table and you just hear, let it, like, because obviously turn it on and off, and the kids are laughing because it's the funniest thing ever, obviously. Yeah. And all the adults are losing their fucking brains because their minds, the noise of being just ear raped by this fucking Frozen doll going, let it go! Like, it's great because it looks fake. And it's this Elsa thing on wheels just scooting around the house. And the little chihuahua's chasing after it.
Oh yeah, that's another one of those like little things you forget about too, is like, it's the only time chihuahuas are good.
Yeah.
Is when there's something in the house that they fucking hate. Because they just go ape shit at it.
Unfortunately, it didn't know how to attack it, so it just followed it barking at it. So it just added to the noise.
What else are you going to attack it with, Chihuahua?
Your face.
You have a fucking weapon face. You're not like, oh yeah, I'm going to fucking, maybe come back with my bow and arrow that you don't have because you don't have fingers, you stupid Chihuahua.
Comes back with a little bow, I'd be like, well...
fair cop.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
I'll wear the fucking Chihuahua bow and arrow egg on my face if I see one of those little cunts with like rudimentary projectile weapons. I'll settle for a pug with a sling.
You just see me go past on the backs of like 30 of them.
Classy is proudly sponsored completely by its fans. We thank you for your support.
It expanded somehow. I'll have you know.